Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about the bug out bag series. The bug out bag series, and this is my get home bag. Now, my get home bag is going to be completely different from yours, mostly because I work in a urban environment or a large metropolis. My large metropolis is going to differ depending on how I get home. Most likely it's going to be with a vehicle. If you're like me and commute to work, it takes you about 30-40 minutes. It's not a big deal. I know during 9/11 I actually walked home from work with nothing. I didn't have a backpack. I didn't have anything. After the 9/11 attacks, I got, my car was stuck because of all the traffic. So what I wound up doing was taking a train out of the city up to a location, to a platform which was further down the road, and then I had to walk home. It took me I think about 2 hours to walk home. Wasn't really a big deal. The idea behind the get home bag is going to be extremely personal. Now, this is not an EDC bag where I carry it with me every day. This is just something that I have inside my truck in case I need it. Chances are I will never need this. So the idea behind it is to stock it with things that would help me in case I needed it. Emergency preparedness, right? Some examples would be, I'm going to see a friend out of state. I get stuck somewhere. I don't know what it is, and now I need to find my way to a gas station, and it might be 2-3 hours down the road. I can take this bag out of my truck, put a note as to what direction I'm going in. Maybe my cell phone died. Maybe AAA is not answering. I don't know. Now, I should say inside my truck I have my own emergency preparedness. So if I needed to, I could totally stay there. I have enough food. I have cases of water in there. I have emergency tools in there, and of course I have rain kit and cold weather and all kinds of stuff. That's why I always buy trucks. I don't buy cars because I could fit more crap in it. In any case, wool blankets, all that kind of stuff. This kit is specifically designed for me. I live in the Northeast. Summer, we have 4 seasons here, so it's not just always cold or always hot. You're not going to see any cold weather gear or anything like this, mostly because this bag is small. All right, this is the Maxpedition VersaPack. They call it the Jumbo VersaPack. Really nice bag. I'll go over it real quickly. It's a satchel type of bag. It has these nice little convenient spots of webbing, so if you want to put your emergency kit in there, you can. On top, it also has some type of mesh with a zipper. YKK zippers, and I think it's 1,000 denier whatever Condora kind of thing. Really nice. It has the hideaway pouch in the back, so some people like to put their firearms in there. I really am not going to leave firearms inside my vehicle, specifically because if you live in anywhere in the United States, you know that your vehicle can be broken into and your stuff can be stolen. All right, it's just the nature of people to take things that aren't theirs. Okay, so I'll digress. So I have a little hideaway pouch back there. It also has a flap up front in the lid. If you wanted to, you can put some more stuff in there. It also has a nice rain fly, which is nice, so you can zip this closed and keep it a little bit water resistant. Inside here it has a secondary pouch, and it has the main pouch which is pretty deep. On the front it has another YKK zipper and another pouch if you want, and in the front here is some Velcro, so if you wanted to Velcro some stuff. Some people use these as gun bags, that's why they have all this Velcro, and Maxpedition has inserts that you can put in there. It also has a key fob if you want, and another pouch there. All right, on the side you're gonna have MOLLE strapping. It has multiple pockets here, and it has a pocket in here for like pens, papers, that kind of thing, quick access. And of course on this side is the adjustable water container carrier. On the back it's really nice because it has some type of padding. I'll just show you real quick. It has padding, so as you wear it against your body, it doesn't rub, it's comfortable. It has a waist cinch strap, so if you wanted to keep it tighter to your body, you can. But if you didn't want to use that, you can put it in behind here and stuck that strap in there, and then it would be pretty invisible, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. It does have nice big clasps on it, so it clasps neatly and tightly. The shoulder strap itself is robust, and it also has an adjustable shoulder pad on there. The only really thing I put on here was, this is for my flashlight. I like a quick access flashlight, and it's just Molly, and I got this online. I don't know, maybe Condor makes it, but you just put any flashlight in there and you zip it tight, and this way it won't fall out. Okay, it also comes with another key fob up here if you want to clip anything on there, and it has a small radio pocket, or what I like to put in there is my Purell. I don't know if I took it out already. Yeah, so my hand sanitizer fits in there really nice, and that's what I put in there. And ideally, if you work in an urban environment and there's a lot of people around, you really want to hold on to something like this and use it as much as possible. So that's it. That's the Jumbo Versa Pack. It does have some Velcro attachments here and here, so if you want to put your name on it or some moto patches, you can do that. Very lightweight, water resistant. Maxpedition makes outstanding stuff. Okay, all this stuff that you see here fits in there. Now again, like I said, this is my pack, not your pack. This is going to sit in the truck in case I need it. If I don't need it, great. If I need it, at least I have something to walk home with. This is my Get Home Urban Get Home bag. Short term only, not for long term. Short term only. Hopefully, if I ever need this, I could grab it, walk to the nearest gas station, help center, fire department, whatever, police department, and say, listen, my truck broke down, can you help me out? All right, let's talk about water. Water is going to be my GSI cup and my 40-ounce clean canteen. Very, very simple. Everybody knows about those. They work excellent. If you need to boil water, you can boil water. Hot cup of tea or coffee or Joe or whatever you want. Has the cup right in there. I will be also carrying inside here, this is the military surplus flotation bladder collapsible 5-quart canteen. There is a rubber bladder inside here. Before Camelback was very popular, this was it. This was mostly made for survival situations or down pilots, or if you wanted to, a lot of military guys would use this. It has a neat little pouch up here, and what that was for was the water purification tablets. You can put them inside there, and you would have a nice water bladder to work with. Flotation bladder collapsible. It does have tie-off string, so if you want to tie it off to the pack, or if you needed to, what you can do is make some type of carrier lanyard, and you can carry it that way. The only thing I will say is the problem with these is that usually the seals aren't that great on here, and it does leak from time to time, but if you're carrying it upright, you should be fine. You can roll this up to be nice and tight, and then it has all these Velcro straps if you want, and you can make it extremely small if you like. All right, so I have dirty water, clean water kind of situation going on there. I also have inside this kit, I will also be carrying some type of Life Straw. They do have the Life Straw Minis, which are smaller, but I don't really have the application for it because that bag does not fit on the Life Straw Mini, so it's not really a big deal. These things work just as good. They're just a little bit more bigger, but they're just as light. So I got water covered. All right, let's talk a little bit about food. My food for me is going to be the Emergency SOS food rations. These have a very long date of expiration on there. Okay, they're still good. And see, it says, I don't know if you can see it right there, 6/14 to 5/19. Now, if you looked at my other bags, you could see that I have a lot of freeze-dried foods. I'm not putting freeze-dried foods in here simply because I don't plan on staying long. This is like a 24-hour kit at best. It's just enough to get me by, to get to help, or to get home. Essentially, it's to get home. I want food that is like eat on the go. So if you don't want to use the SOS rations, you want to use something that's like power bars or candy bars or granola bars instead of the SOS rations, do that. However, understand, if you keep this kit in your car, it could melt in the hot sun. If you live in Arizona or one of those states, your car is like an oven. So you got to understand, will that food ration that you have in there sustain itself, or will it spoil, that kind of thing. I'm not trying to cook out of this bag. What I'm trying to do is to get from A to B as fast as possible, which is why I picked a shoulder bag, because I don't want to cram it with stuff. I probably will have a cell phone on me, so I like to carry this. This is a Dissolve. I think it is a light polymer battery, 5000 mAh. Solar power is 5 volts. Input is 5 DC. DC 5 volts. Output is DC 5 volts. Alright, so the idea behind this is very simple. It's lightweight, it's cheap, they're not very expensive. But if you need to, what I can do is clip this on the side of my bag as I'm walking if it is a daytime environment, and I could recharge my cell phone. So I have that. It connects USB, and if you wanted to carry a battery, you can also carry a battery. I have no problem with that. I think that's a small little piece of kit as far as electronics go that might be worth its weight in gold. Alright. Hank paracord, probably about 50 feet. That will work great with any shelter that I'm trying to set up. If I needed to sleep out in the open, I could. As far as a multi-tool, very small multi-tool. I'm not trying to build anything, no big structures. This is the Hiker, I believe it's called. It's got 2 blades in it. Screwdriver, flat head. It does have a little mini saw in here if I can get it out. There you go. Has a mini saw. Phillips head screwdriver. Big fan of that, and it has an awl. Alright, when it comes to tools, I'm not going to be that tool heavy because, like I said, this is an urban environment. You don't really need all that stuff. I'm not making huge shelters. I'm just trying to get home. I will say that if you do live in an urban environment, get one of these. This is a Silcock key. The Silcock key is designed for water spigots that are external to hospitals, major metropolis buildings, schools, colleges, that kind of thing. And what it is just a regular square bolt. If you ever run up on one of those buildings and you need water, a multi-tool is very difficult to make it work. So this is the key you want. Costs you about $12 on Amazon. It's worth its weight in gold. Buy one, put it in your kit. You might never need it, but if you have it, if you need it, you got it. Flashlight, I'm just going with the simple Cree. Alright, AA battery, Cree Q5. These are about $4 on Amazon. Really nice, see in the dark kind of thing. You can use a headlamp if you like. I have extra batteries with my radio. Speaking of radios, AM FM, AA batteries, it will work with that flashlight. Okay, so it's cross compatible. This does pick up shortwave radio and AM FM kind of thing. I don't know what's going to happen in an emergency environment, but if there was a flood or a flash flood or whatever the case is and I'm far away, I'm leaving my only shelter. So if I'm leaving my vehicle, I'm leaving everything. Alright, so I don't know what's happening in the world unless somebody comes by and tells me. So ideally I like to have some type of communication with the world, and that's what I would use. You can use your cell phone. Alright, some people want to do Facebook or whatever the case is, but once that cell phone dies, that's it, it's over. So I always try to carry a spare or a backup. Purell, spoke about that. Some type of knife sharpener. This happens to be a Smith's. It has carbide on one side and ceramic on the other. Very lightweight tool. Highly recommend having some type of sharpener if you need it. Now, honestly, with the knife that I decided to pick, I really don't need it, but if you wanted it in there, you can have it. It's your choice. Other sources of light is going to be a snap stick. These are 12 hours. I have white, orange, red, and green. Batteries run out. Those will run out after 12 hours, but at least I have enough in there to either signal for help or to find my way in the dark. Okay. That's another thing too. I don't recommend traveling in the dark, but if you had to, you could. For a fixed blade knife, just a real simple. This is the Mora Black or the Mora Bushcrafter, and the reason they call it a Bushcrafter is because it has a fire steel on it and it has a sharpening stone or piece of steel, and I guess you can put an edge on there if you like, and it does have a nice little dangler. Alright, it's made in Sweden. You guys see that? It says Sweden. There it is. Alright, so the reason I picked this knife as opposed to some of the other knives, and of course my own knives, if you guys aren't familiar, I do make custom made knives. Go up to Three River Blades and check it out. Check out all the stuff I got up there. The reason I picked this knife is because it's cheap, it's portable, and again, if I leave this in my car and it gets stolen, now I'm not missing a $300 knife plus all the other kit. I'm just missing a $30 knife. Okay, so kind of got to understand how that works. I like to have a fixed blade option with me. Again, I don't need a big heavy chopper, I don't need a saw, and I don't need an axe. All right, I just need something that will get me by if I, just trying to get home kind of thing. Fire kit. I always carry the same fire kit. You guys seen this, I make bags of this stuff. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trioxane cubes. I have a candle, I have a Bic lighter, and I have a magnesium with fire striker on there. Okay. For a stove, I have the ubiquitous Isbit stove. All right, these are really cool. I like this. The canteen cup on the Nalgene fits right on top of it, and if I need to heat up some water, or if I need to, I don't know, make a cup of tea or a brew, or if I want to throw some stuff in there, I have that with me. But it gives me options, which is why I carry it, and it's very, very lightweight. Okay, nice and lightweight. I also carry a fork, knife, spoon, salt, pepper kind of thing. You would find these in any local deli, or if you wanted to buy them online, you could. This is like takeout food kind of stuff. It has a napkin in there, it has a spoon, fork, and they're very cheaply made. But I find that sometimes if I did want to eat more than my SOS bars, let's say I went to the store and I got a cup of soup or a can of soup, they don't always come with everything. It's how many times you went to the deli and you got like a cup of soup and the guy forgot to put napkins, or he forgot to put a spoon in there, and then you got to go back, right? Well, that's why I carry that. Doesn't cost anything, it's not really heavy, it's good to go. Some type of writing material. I have a Sharpie, pencil, pen, and a marker. Multiple uses for that. I mean, ideally, I'm not really writing a lot of things down, but if I get lost and I get, I don't really know where I'm going and I need some help, at least I can write or leave a message. I can write my last will and testament saying thank you very much, world, but I'm out. All right, so the compass that I decided to use was a Suunto wrist compass. Now, if you had the choice, I would purchase a regular Suunto compass that is a little bit more robust than this, but this happens to be very accurate, and I like it for its lightweight and portability. Okay, it doesn't glow in the dark, it's nothing fancy, but it gives me general direction. In an urban environment, you're not going to need a lot of navigation. All right, you could just ask somebody where the hell you're going and pretty much they'll tell you. It depends on where you live. It depends on how far away I am from my urban environment, which is why I included it. Most cell phones will have GPS. They will have Google Maps. They will have Topo Maps. So do you really need a compass? No, you don't. You can use your cell phone. However, if that cell phone runs out and you can't charge it up in time, at least you have a general direction as to where you're going. All right. Same thing with my navigation. I'm putting in here some type of map. This is the Rand McNally easy to fold map. This one is 100% laminated, so I could go through the whole state in lamination. I also put in there some survival stuff like mushrooms, survival wilderness, and these are all neat little insert cards, and it tells you if you needed to eat edible plants, medicinal, that kind of thing. And I keep these very compact. All right, they're all laminated, so it's waterproof, and I like that. I like the idea of not having to worry about if I run out of food, and let's say I am a further distance than I thought, if I found some food or mushrooms that I thought I can eat, I just have a quick reference. All right, that's all that is. Bandanas, you guys have seen these in all my kits. This is 2 bandanas. These are OD green cravats. All right, cravat is just a technical term for triangle bandage. You can use them for sweat, you can use them for medical, you can tie them around your head, that kind of thing, whatever you want. 2 of these work great. This is my Nomex brand gloves. These are in black. You can get them in any color you want. I think this is lambskin. And the idea behind these gloves is not to be tactical, but if you are walking and you happen to, if you have to walk through a brush or pick up some dirty whatever, at least you have some gloves to protect yourself. Also, if you are cooking food, and you don't want to pick up a hot pan or a hot cup, you have some type of protection for your hands. Like I said, this is made mil-spec specifically for pilots. Pilots use these gloves all the time in case their cockpit goes on fire or they're around fuel, they can still control the aircraft. All right, Nomex gloves are excellent. As far as hygiene goes, this is just a big thing of Pamper baby wipes. The reason I picked baby wipes, and there's not a lot of hygiene kit in here, again, like I said, the reason is just simply to go to the bathroom. That's it. You want to wash your hands and then use Apparel, you can do that. If you want to wash your butt, you can use this. You want to wash your pits, your groin, whatever. This is a 24-hour, 48-hour kit. It's not long, it's just to get home. Also, if you have infants like I do, you're going to need a lot of these. So I always keep them in the bag just in case. That's why I carry the whole thing instead of just a few. As far as medical kit, this is the USMC military surplus first aid IFAC case. It's not the kit, it's the case. What I did is I filled it up with the stuff that I think would be most important. So I have trauma kit in here, okay? So I have tourniquets, I have a trauma H bandage, I have quick clot, gauze, I also have gloves, and I also have an N95 masks. Depending on the situation, I don't know if I'll ever need it. And I also have in here my little boo-boo ouch kit, which there's 2 flaps in here. And my boo-boo ouch kit has the Advil, gloves in there. I have some duct tape. I also have any type of bandages, band-aids, if you're Imodium in case you have the runs. I don't know what I'll run into, which is why this kit's a little bit bigger than I would like. Normally I wouldn't carry a whole bunch of trauma kit with me for this type of thing. But again, if you are someone that's going to be foot mobile and you left your only shelter behind and you don't have any other kit, and this is the only one you have in your car, because I do have a first aid kit in my vehicle. It's a big kit, but I'm not taking that with all this stuff. I need to take something that's portable, and I don't know what I'm going to run into, so I'd rather have something like that. Small, lightweight, it fits in the bag, good to go. All right. As far as shelter goes, it's not going to be very large. I have a couple drum liners here inside of a bag, and if I had to make camp for the night, I absolutely could. You could use these as pillows, as blankets, fill them up with duff or leaves or whatever the case, and you can make a bedding. And this is what I suggest for an all-weather blanket. It's made by Grabber. These are Grabber blankets. It's a 5 foot by 7 foot. Now these are superior to the little Mylar blankets. I could make a poncho out of this. I could use it for cover. I could make it a blanket, that kind of thing. This with some 550 cord and some garbage bags, and I can make a pretty neat little setup for me if I had a fire, okay, which I have my fire kit with me. Like I said, guys, this is my survival kit. This is my get home bag. It is very small. It is very lightweight and compact. You can add all the things that you feel that you need into it. Again, like I said, it's not heavy. It doesn't have extra clothing or night vision goggles or any tactical stuff. It's just something that's small enough that's in my car. That being said, if the kit got stolen, car got stolen, whatever the case is, it's not $1,000 worth of kit. I could also make another one. I have my 72-hour kit. If you watched the video, you saw what was in my 72-hour kit. All right, guys, thank you very much. Please go to threeriverblaze.com. Check out all the great stuff I have up there. All the knives I make help support me, help support my family. I really appreciate it. And remember to take care of each other. Stay safe out there. Talk to you soon.